All right. Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. If you're new here, my name is Mohammed. We continue our training and the preparation for Elastic Certified Engineer exam, and today with a new topic we will learn and see how we configure a searchable snapshot in Elasticsearch. With that being said, let's jump to the documentation. So searchable snapshot, as like the name mentioned, it's a new feature from Elastic. It's allow us to run search queries on our snapshots. Right. Let me explain the hot, warm, cold, or the three-tier storage in Elasticsearch. So, as you know, we have the hot tier, we have the warm, we have the cold, and now we have the frozen. So, what's the difference between all the three or the four tiers? Is the response time. So, with the hot tier, when you run your search query on the hot tier, it will take, let's say, milliseconds. Then the warms take milliseconds, or let's say from milliseconds to seconds, and the cold few seconds, let's say from 0 to 10 seconds, and finally we have the frozen for more than 10 seconds. For sure, it depends on the size of your data and also based on the query. Like if you optimize the query well, then the response time will be less, and so on and so forth. So why we need these three tiers? So it's mainly for the costs, right? Because for the hot, the retention or the ratio is low. Let's say one RAM for, I don't know, 10-15 gigabytes of storage, and so on and so forth. And here we need the SSD and we need a high CPU, right? Which is not the case for the warm, not the CPU, but more about the disk. Here you can use the HDD disk and so on and so forth until the frozen. This is expensive. This is less expensive than this one. Then this one is less expensive than this one. And finally we have the snapshot, or we have the frozen, which is mainly let's say S3 bucket in AWS or any other cloud storage, right? So. And we learned in the past, we have the ELM, or index lifecycle management. We said we configured it to automatically move the data from the hot to the warm, from the warm to the cold, from the cold like to the frozen, or take a snapshot. Then we delete it from the Elastic. All of this workflow, or all of this, will be automated by the ELM or the index lifecycle management, right? I hope the idea is clear. In the previous session here, we saw how we configure the backup, and now it's the next step. Like we have our backup, or we have our snapshots, we will configure our indices to be searchable in the frozen, right? So the steps is gonna be easy. Let's jump to our dev, or let's skip the tour. Let's remove this one. So if you remember last time, or if you missed the video, you can go back to the video, and you will be able to see here the snapshot, right? So we configure the repository, right? You click here on the repository and verify, so it's connected, everything is good. And here you come, and even you take it, you come to the policy and you run the policy manually, or if here, for example, every midnight it will take snapshots, right? So here, as you can see, we just took what is it? Yes, it's 20 March, which means it's today. We took the snapshot. So if you click, you will be able to find the indices we have here, right? Now. We took the snapshot, right? Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna mount the snapshot as a searchable snapshot. So we can go to the DevTools, right? And all right, let's do it. So I'll start with a post, right? Then I will call the snapshot endpoint, right? Then I will copy paste the repository. How to copy paste the repository? Then we copy paste the name of the snapshot like this, right? Then we mount it. Here we can run it like this, or we can do more, like if you want just one index, or if you want one index or a few indices, or if you want to mount everything, then you can also go just like this. So here you run is equal, yes, let's put body. We cannot run it just the post. So here I will go with the index, and here I will do a star like this. Let's give it a try. Here we go. All right, so here, as you can see from the error, it say the current license is not compliant, right? Which means this feature, I forget to mention this point, this feature is not with the free version of Elastic, right? To be able to implement it, or to implement it in your lab or in our lab here, we have to enable or start the trial license. So I already talked about this one in the previous videos. I will repeat the point. So here with Elastic, it will give you 1 month or 30 days of trial. All the features of Elastic will be free for 30 days. So now let's go to DevTools, but before, let's refresh. And now let's give it a try. Here we go. So here it's run the query, but it said no such index, right? So let's go here to the indices or to the snapshot and click, and let's pick any. Let's go. Let's pick, for example, this one. Okay, Kibana data flights, right? So I will do here. I will remove the star and do like this. Here we go. Now we have cannot restore index. Open index. Okay. Let's remove the index. This one, it said because this index, it's here, it's in Elasticsearch already. So let's remove it from Elastic, and we make sure that it's just in, yes, this one. Let's remove it from here, delete the index. Now let's go back to the DevTools and let's run the query again. Here we go. Now it works. Now when we run now our search, right, so we don't have the data, or let's go back here. So usually, so the data was here in the hot. Now I remove it from the hot and I have it in the frozen. Now I can run my search query on the frozen, not on the hot, not on the warm, not on the cold, not even here in Elasticsearch, but it's in the snapshot, and I can run a search query on it. So here I would do get, right, and I will give it, or copy paste the name. Here we go, and here we have the result. So the index is not here in Elastic, right? So as you can see here, it's I have removed it from the removed it from the Elastic, but once I add it as a searchable snapshot, or I put the index as a searchable index from the snapshot. Now I'm able to get the index. As you can see here, it's green, and this is also another point. By default, the in the snapshot, Elastic will take snapshot only for the primary shard. That's why we see the replica here is 0, right? So we get to the end of this video. Let me know in the comment section if you have any question. And with that being said, we'll see you in the next video.